Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Breakthrough Blueprint, where we talk to entrepreneurs about how they became successful today. And I have with me my amazing friend, Kate Violet, and I'll hand it over to her to introduce herself.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kate Violet. I am a social media expert, content coach. I'm the founder of Violet Red Marketing. I have over 320,000 followers and I have over 40 million views in reach.
Incredible. I love that. That's amazing. So, how did you get started?
Wow. Well, I started content creation 5 years ago. Kind of like I wanted something different for myself. For that reason, I started to create content. I started to do viral content, and out of nowhere, it just blew up. I was doing mostly lifestyle and fashion. But the more I've evolved and the more I started to work with other influencers, with other entrepreneurs, I decided to focus on lead generation, to focus on actually getting clients from social media. It wasn't until 2 years ago that I started on real estate and I realized how easy it was, but not easy, but if you put the effort, how easy it was to get 600 leads or 1,000 leads per month in order to grow your business. And I did it for 2 years. I did wholesale real estate. I did a reality series, reality show in Snapchat, along with another influencer or content creator entrepreneur. And we did pretty well. It was amazing. And last year, I decided to start my own company and take the choice of actually helping entrepreneurs and business owners getting clients because that is my expertise. But social media is a new marketing. A lot of people think that it's for socializing and that's where we're wrong. But this is the best platforms in order to get clients. And that's what I became the best at by just trial and error.
Wow, that's incredible. Okay, so do you also coach people on how to grow their personal brand?
Yes, yes. So I have a one-on-one coaching program for entrepreneurs, business owners, or realtors, and where I teach them how to create content. I teach them how to actually create content that have a strategy behind it because anybody can record, right? Anybody can make a video. But if you're not making content and a video for your specific audience, then you're missing a lot of money. So I do coaching 101 with business owners and entrepreneurs. Yes.
Interesting. Oh, I know you mentioned you did your reality show on Snapchat. Can you talk about like the how you spend time on different platforms or how you prioritize?
Wow. Well, when I was on the Snapchat show, I was a production manager, casting director, and a co-host. So I was wearing a lot of hats. I wasn't doing it for myself, but since I was the co-host, it would also show on my social media platforms. If you want to prioritize a social media and make the most money, definitely Instagram and YouTube. If you're able to get a Snapchat verified or get a Snapchat show, I will recommend it. But it's a little bit difficult unless you have like news and things like that, like news articles or videos on YouTube. Like if you already have a big audience. Otherwise, with Instagram and YouTube, you can create a pretty amazing audience. Myself, I post in 10 platforms, to be honest. So it is a lot of work because you never know who you will reach, but definitely Instagram, YouTube. And if you want more professional or B2B customers, LinkedIn, it's very, very important as well.
Yeah, definitely. That's amazing. So, how do you like film your content? Do you do it all one day per week or what's your strategy there?
So when I create content, I usually record twice a week. I batch content. I do a lot of scripting, a lot of understanding my strategy behind everything that I do. And then I just give it to my video editor, or sometimes I edit it myself. But since I'm a business owner, I am very specific with how I like things. So thankfully, I found somebody that is really good at editing. So that is his job. But before, I would just batch content, record probably once or twice a week, and then just a full day of editing. But I always try to post once a day and post in 10 platforms. So I do 10 posts every day or sometimes 20 posts every day. But right now, I actually starting a new show that I'm doing in YouTube and all my social media platforms, which is that I go door by door, business by business, recording founder stories and helping entrepreneurs get their story out there because storytelling is very important. And I record this probably once or twice a week as well.
That's amazing. I love that. Okay, so how did you find your editor?
My editor, it was funny. We used to work together at a company and he got fired. And I was already his boss at that job. So he reached out to me. He was like, do you know anybody that's looking for job? And I'm like, I need you. Come in. You don't need to do an interview. I love your work. And we started working together. Before, honestly, finding a good video editor, it's really hard. I've tried and I've interviewed many, many people. But if you're looking to find a good video editor, you have to do a lot of interviews and actually know about video editing because if not, you can get scammed, unfortunately. But I was very blessed by just having him reach out to me personally and saying that he got fired from the job and he needed a new job. And I was like, come.
So I know that you have been speaking at events because when I first met you was at Creator Hub last year.
Yes.
What's your sort of strategy or approach to either attending or speaking at events?
So genuinely, it has been one thing after the other. I started going to events mostly to learn from other people, but because of my experience, because of everything that I know, I was able to connect with amazing entrepreneurs that actually have events. And they started telling me, would you like to speak in my event? Would you like to have you as a panelist, have you as a keynote speaker? And I would say absolutely yes, if it's according to the audience that I was looking for, if it's entrepreneurs, business owners, if it's something else, probably wouldn't align with my side of the business. But yeah, so it has been one thing after the other. I actually have an amazing mastermind in Miami next month with amazing entrepreneurs making 8 to 9 figures. And I am really excited about that. But generally, it comes to having the right connections and not being shy. When I met you at the Creator Hub, or I probably talked to 250 people at that event, and I was able to connect with those people. I'm not shy. I just go talk to everybody with a genuine heart, not expecting anything from them, but genuinely to make a good connection. And that's how I started, literally talking to people and telling them about my experience. And it just came to this pretty much.
Wow, I love that. That's so awesome. I feel the same way. And it's cool because I think people are hungry to connect in person and go to events and network and learn. And I love that there are more events popping up. Like where I live in Austin, I've been in Medellin, I know Miami, Dubai, tons of things going on. Do you plan to host your own events in the future?
Yes, I've been actually trying to host my event this year. I've been locking in sponsors. I've been looking for speakers as well. I want to be something very strategic, not only about motivation, because a lot of people talk about motivation, but strategy, business, content, marketing, behind the scenes of a business founders. And I think with this new series that I'm doing of interviewing founders, it has helped me a lot to align with the right people. But I do have a very strong marketing, which is roses and red. I actually have my rose over here. So I do want to fill the room with like thousands and thousands of red roses and have everything red. So it does take a lot of execution, but I do want to make something really, really nice. So it will be coming soon. I would definitely let you know.
Yeah, for sure. Like, how big do you want this to be?
I want it to be not huge at the start because it will be my first event, but at least 300 to 500 entrepreneurs.
Oh my gosh, that's pretty big.
I made it bigger. That's why.
Amazing. Is this going to be in Florida?
Yes, most likely Orlando, where I'm located.
Shoo, amazing. Well, I would love to attend. That sounds awesome. And I know that was it recently that you spoke at like a women only entrepreneur event?
Yes, I was speaking at the Besties Boardroom in Jacksonville. It was an amazing experience. It was a 3 day conference, and I spoke a lot about strategy, a lot about content creation, of personal branding. I did say something that shocked a lot of women. That is, if your personal brand, people cannot use it as a Halloween costume, then you don't have a personal brand. It's a little bit controversial, but it's for me, it shocked me a lot when I understood that because if we see the best entrepreneurs, let's say Alex Hormozy, you can pretty much dress up as him if you wanted to. Therefore, when I started my branding, probably like 7 months ago, when I locked in into being Kate Violet with the red roses, with the red clothing, with the red hair, I changed my whole closet. I changed my whole thing around my personal branding, and it has worked. Everywhere that I go, people ask me, why the red? Why the roses? And I say, exactly. It sparks curiosity. And one thing is that it makes me unforgettable. Not because I'm better, not because I am the most pretty or the most professional, however people, even though I'm very professional, however people want to think about it, it's because it's impactful to see somebody that sticks to something every single time. And I explained about that. And it was an amazing, amazing event. I was so happy to be there.
Love that. That's amazing. I completely agree about the importance of building a personal brand. And that was one of the biggest things that I learned at Creator Hub. That was a life change for me because it inspired me like to start my podcast right away, to define what my brand pillars were going to be and to stick with them. What have you found to be the benefits of building your personal brand?
The benefits, it's as I mentioned, be sorry, to be unforgettable, for people to recognize you immediately. I have people come up to me and tell me every time that I see a rose, I think about you. I'm in the supermarket, I think about you. It's so funny to think that something so simple can make an impact in other people. And sometimes people can talk about me and they probably don't know my name, probably don't know what I do, but they say the girl in red that always has a rose. And that's why it's so important to have a personal branding. And sometimes it doesn't have to be about clothing or an object, it could be things that you talk about, maybe experience that you had before, or the way that you express yourself. Shelby Sack, for example, she always talks about sales, sales this, sales that, sales that, or Kim Kardashian with her Kim's outfit, or we have having like amazing shapewear. So when you think about somebody visually as a personal brand, take admiration and try to understand how you can align that to yourself, to your personal branding. Because even business owners, huge business owners that have very viral brands, Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, Kim Kardashian, even Drewski. I don't even think he has a business that I know of, but he has such a strong personal brand that people know that you're talking about them without even saying their name.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I talk about it a lot on my podcast and with other founders, the importance of doing that because at least for me, ever since Creator Hub and when I was like, okay, I need to take everything seriously because I was seeing people on stage or meeting people that I felt were no different from me. It's just that they had been more consistent and,
Hmm.
focused on their brand for a longer period of time. And that's when everything changed and sort of lit a fire under my ass to like get everything started. And since then, more opportunities have come to me. And I'm sure you felt the same ways. Investment opportunities, speaking opportunities, business deals. Like people just want to work with you because they see your face everywhere and they see that you're an expert in what you do.
Exactly. Repetition is recognition. That's what I always say. When you repeat yourself over and over and over again, you start to get recognition. It's like Coca-Cola, Sprite. You think about it, it's red. You think about Sprite, it's green. It's something so specific and something so repetitive that you start to create an audience and you start to create a recognition. And that's when the authority comes. That's when the trust comes. It does take time, but the more you do it, the more you're going to get recognized and the more people are going to trust you.
Exactly. And you wanna build that trust ahead of the sales call or ahead of them actually talking to you about business. It just makes the close so much easier, and that's what I try to tell people because people ask me all the time how to get started, but for you, what would be your biggest tips for someone who wants to do what you're doing and build a brand and content but hasn't started yet?
So personally, what I would do is sit and try to understand, who do you want to serve? What do you want to do? Who is your audience? Because if you do not understand that, you're going to be all over the place. And I'm not telling you because somebody told me, I'm telling you because I've been through it. When I started my content, I just wanted to go viral. What was the reason? Ask me why. I have no idea. And I did. I got millions of views and I gained thousands of followers in matter of days. But I made $0 because I did not have a strategy behind it. I did not understand what it was to have an audience and to serve the right people. And you have to understand that in order to grow an amazing personal brand and actually make money, because you can go viral. You can create consistent videos because anybody can create videos every single day, but it's going to be all over the place. So understanding your audience is really important. And if you are having a really hard time doing that, then definitely get a coach. A lot of people don't want to take that investment by getting a content coach or a business coach or some sort of person that has already been through that. It will save you so many years of trial and error. And that investment is going to pay off much quicker than if you try to do it on your own and you don't understand the process behind it.
Exactly. Yeah, because you're just gonna be trying and failing and wasting time when you can compress that timeline to be successful by just paying someone to help you out and give you the cheat codes.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I know there's a lot of people, I think maybe especially on TikTok or maybe it's Instagram also that talk about virality, but like you were saying, a viral video might get you followers and views, but if you don't have a product to
Mhm.
sell, strategy to convert those viewers into buyers, then a viral video doesn't really help you that much. Whereas being consistent with content, building the brand, and having some sort of sales funnel, that I think where that where you can actually have a real business.
Exactly. Yes. And that's something that the industry doesn't talk about it enough is that there is two differences. There is an influencer and there is a person that wants to make money. The both of them do not correlate to each other because an influencer will always be an employee. An influencer will be depending on brand deals, will be depending on monetization that they can take it off at any time. And it has happened. But a person that wants to make money, they understand the strategy behind it. And sometimes there is people that I personally know that have 2,000 and are making six, seven figures every single month. And there is influencers that I know, a very close friend of mine that has 3 million followers on TikTok, and he has a 9 to 5 job making $3,000. It's your choice, but you have to understand the strategy. And sometimes a lot of people glorify being viral. And don't get me wrong, I love it when a video of mine goes viral. I am super happy. I actually had 3 million views these past 2 weeks, and I was super excited. But if that virality doesn't get you anything, doesn't get you any money, or it doesn't have anything behind it, then it's just empty views.
Exactly, just vanity metrics, right? Like, who
Exactly.
million views with no money behind it? That makes no sense.
Yeah, they start clapping. Ah, yay! Okay, next video. That's it.
So, what is your strategy? Because I'm sure people are always reaching out to you to sponsor for sponsored posts and to talk about products and things. How do you go about like handling that?
So at the beginning, I was open to doing anything, such a huge mistake. You will see me in Chispa, which is a Latin dating app. You will see me doing their little ads for them, like a UGC creator or Amazon or beauty brands, skincares. I would do absolutely anything because I was so hungry for money and I did not understand the strategy behind it. Right now, and where I am today, I do not work with 99% of the brand deals that I receive. I deny them if they are not business driven, if they're not entrepreneur driven, if they do not benefit my audience or they do not connect with who I am. I simply do not do it because I am constantly talking about entrepreneurship, about business, about how to get more clients, about how to grow your brand. And it would be so random for me to be, okay, guys, and this laser machine is going to take your hair follicles out of your arm. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't connect with my audience. So I'm very careful about that. But I am also, as a person that has been in the industry for very long, if you are looking for sponsorships, I will 100% recommend that you do something that is consistent. For example, I did a sponsorship when I was in the real estate with my previous employer when I was a production manager. We did it for 2 years with PropStream, which is a huge real estate software. And that made sense because we were doing real estate. For example, for me, the perfect brand deal will be Go High Level, which I'm on the talks doing that with them, ManyChat, anything business, anything about anything that makes sense and my audience will appreciate. Otherwise, I wouldn't take it. And if I do, it will be something that I do for 3, 4, 6 months. I wouldn't take just one brand deal for one day because I can make more money with the time that I spend just creating one video for them. I can get more clients for my business than wasting my time with brand deals that don't connect with my audience.
Definitely, that completely makes sense. And then, so for these brands and products that are actually aligned with you, do you usually try to do like multiple, like a video a month or a video a week and multiple deals as opposed to just one off?
Yes. So I am on the talks to having a partnership with Go High Level, and I offer them to do at least 2 to 4 videos a month to be a sponsor in my videos if it makes sense to what I'm doing and do a 3 month commitment minimum. That is the only way that I will work with a brand deal unless it's something so specific that connects with me and my personal brand. I can do it one time, but it's a lot of effort to go back and forth, contract, yes, approval, you like it. So for me, if it doesn't make sense long term, then I don't even think about it. And the best way to get brand deals is connect with people at the events. Honestly, that's how I did it. Connect with these sponsors. They go to events. Those are the people looking to get exposure. If you have the right exposure, talk to them. And that's something that I did at the Creator Hub, honestly, that it was super funny because there were a lot of sponsors. What everybody was trying to talk to everybody, which I did. I was also talking to the sponsor, asking, getting their numbers, getting their information, trying to understand, hey, would you like to work with me? Would you like to be in my event? And that's what you have to think, not look for the people that are the most famous or that are even speakers, because yes, you can connect with them, but they're so busy. They're not going to give you the time of day. They might give you one or two advices. That's great. But you have to pay in order to work with them. So if you want to make money, definitely take advantage of the sponsors when you go to these events, because they are paying to be there. They will pay you to have visibility in your platform.
Exactly. I love that. Wow. So just to wrap things up then here, what are you most excited about this year?
The most excited I am, it's definitely retiring my mom. I'm really excited with this new business that I started, this new marketing agency. I'm really excited as well to start my new show, which I started recording yesterday. It should be up next week, which is the one that I'm going visiting business owners and doing free marketing for them and telling their story, their why, their behind the scenes. I'm also very open of where I'm from. I'm from Venezuela. I was homeless when I came to the States 10 years ago. I didn't speak English. I didn't have family. So I had a rough. I honestly had a pretty hard life, but I've been able to build from the ground up, not because I had connections, not because I come from money, but because I was resilient and I kept going every single day. And there is so many business owners and entrepreneurs that have a beautiful story and that inspires you to do so much better. And getting that out there and getting inspiration from them is very valuable. And I'm so excited to be able to put their stories out there.
I love that. Thank you for that. I'm super excited for you. I'm proud of you. I'm impressed. This is going to drive me to work really hard too. So much for joining me today.
Absolutely, Mel. Thank you so much.
Awesome. And for everyone else, please tune into the next episode of the Breakthrough Blueprint.